Hello and welcome to the Nightcap. It's life behind the Michelin star, a late night lock-in here where we candidly discuss and debate all things culinary over a few drinks. Right now I'm sat upstairs at Salt Restaurant in Stratford-upon-Avon, Shakespeare's home in the heart of Warwickshire. It's just gone 9 o'clock at night. Service is going to be wrapping up downstairs shortly, so let me introduce myself and what the hell we're all doing here. My name's Simon Alexander. I'm a podcaster, producer and daytime cooking show contestant. To my left, playing host, Michelin star, head chef and owner of Salt, Mr. Paul Foster.
How you doing? You alright, yeah?
Yeah, great man. And our guest today is a gin maker, a celebrity Masterchef contestant, and best known for running a chippy on arguably the most famous TV show in the UK, Mr. Adam Woodyatt. How you doing, Adam?
Good evening.
You seem to come up with a bit of a glow. Have you had a nice meal downstairs?
I've had a fantastic meal.
Yeah?
I can't remember all I ate.
Yeah, it's a lot of courses, isn't it?
Well, it's not just that, but they come out and they describe everything, and it's like, are you going to test me on this? You
did that the other day.
Yeah,
you
I
were
did.
Getting Nathan to pair stuff with certain dishes, and he was like, "Oh God, I can't remember what." I had now."
Yeah, you'd asked me about a fish dish you'd had, and I said, "Oh, he can explain it." Yeah.
So right under the bus. Yeah,
you actually explained one of the dishes because you were sat with me at the time.
Yeah.
The halibut. I was hoping to catch him out, but he knew what was on it.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, he did a fantastic job of cooking it whilst he was sat next to me.
Really impressive that.
Multitasking at its finest. Yeah.
Yeah, you've been. I think you've frequented this place a couple of times. You've eaten here.
No, it's the first time I've managed to eat.
No
popped in a lot,
way.
though.
I was going to say because I know
I
you
used to deliver gin.
Deliver gin, but
Yeah,
first time you've eaten.
Yeah, I was the delivery boy for the gin for quite a while.
Yeah.
Wow.
But no, first time. I've just
Eating,
realised actually I've still got a voucher for this place.
Oh, you're part of the startup. Is that why?
Yeah. So
the Kickstarter.
we'd never actually met, and I tell you, it was 2016, and we'd done the Kickstarter. I think you'd heard about it on Twitter. We didn't know each other.
It was Aaron. Aaron had
Yeah,
told
and then
me.
you check with Aaron. What's this Foster like? Is he
Yeah.
kosher? Is he right? Is he? And Aaron, fortunately, was like, yeah, he's fine. So yeah, he supported the Kickstarter and bought a voucher and stuff. But then, never.
Yeah, but never managed to use it.
Was there an expiry date on that?
Yeah. Yeah, I think it might have expired by now. I think it's 6 years. But no, we bumped into each other a couple of weeks after you'd started up.
It was really random.
Petrus, wasn't it?
Petrus.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the funniest thing. I'll tell everyone this because I was in Petrus having lunch on a Monday.
You call it Petrus, I call it Petrus.
I call it Petrus.
Like Tetris.
I struggle with English, let alone like French or anything. So
Look, come on, you are from Cov.
Yeah. But yeah, having lunch, Adam walks in. We were doing. You were about 5 or 6 tables away, and I was looking, and it was with Rihanna. Rihanna was like, "Is that?" She went, "Is that Ian Beale?"
Classic, yeah.
And it's like, yeah, we're looking. You were like, "Is that Paul Foster?" I was like, Adam was just like, "Is that me?" So everyone obviously knew who you were, and they're looking at me going, "How does he know? Who's he?"
This is all getting weird.
So yeah, I went up and had a chat with him and spoke on that. But that was the first time we've actually met, I think.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, randomly after loads of texts and support.
That was bizarre.
And stuff. Yeah.
That was a good meal, that one.
Yeah, it's lovely. Yeah.
Right, great place to start. Well, we've got lots coming up on today's podcast. We're going to be talking to Adam about life in food, why he's such a big foodie. We've got some of your questions you've sent to us via the Nightcap Twitter and Instagram pages, and we'll do boiling point and all the usual bits, cowboy stories, cooking hacks, etc. But first, this is a Nightcap. Once again for Series 4, we are opening a beautiful bottle every episode of Gusbourne's finest award-winning English sparkling wine. Great sound effects right on cue there as I was reading that. I love it. You're getting good at this. Yeah.
Finally done it right.
You could be a Foley artist.
Yeah, you could.
Yeah, but we're on episode what? And I've just done it right?
8. Yeah, 8 of Series 4. I only just got it.
That's a couple of takes.
Exactly. Visit their website now. It's gusbourne.com. You can see which of their very special vintage releases you might want to purchase and enjoy at home, all with free UK mainland delivery and no minimum order required. What we got, buddy?
So, as it's the last of the series, I thought I'd be selfish and choose my favourite.
Yeah, fair, man. Yeah, that is fair.
I know.
Are you having my share as well?
Yes, definitely.
Good point.
Yeah, so you don't drink, so I'm having yours. I mean, I know that their sparkling's amazing and that's more celebratory, but I love their Chardonnay, their Guinevere Chardonnay. And this is the newer batch, the 2020 vintage.
Ooh.
And it's absolutely stunning.
The colour.
I had a 2017 at my house the other day, so I had that.
I'll pass it over on a sniff.
Have a sniff, yeah.
Go on, get your nose in that.
Yeah, the 2017, which I had a few of at home. And then they sent the 2020, and just tasting them next to each other was amazing. It's so fresh, but that lovely Burgundy style Chardonnay, just
It looks so much lighter than a traditional Chardonnay as well. It's probably an English thing as well, right?
It smelled a lot of apples.
Yeah.
Yeah, real
Really
green
sweet.
apple, gooseberries. I sound like I know what I'm on about.
You bloody do. You got really good at this. Just as we're wrapping up the series, you're coming into your
I
own.
used to be really good at it.
Did you?
Yeah, I think I got too good at it.
Is that, if you don't mind me asking, what was the sort of reason behind you?
It was a health thing.
Yeah.
I went into hospital with a stomach issue.
Mm-hmm.
Whilst I was there, they sort of pointed out my liver was probably taking a bit of a hammering.
Right, fair.
And
Like one of the pickled eggs in the chippy. Yeah.
yeah, no, not as old as that. No, those pickled eggs are special. One of the props lads once actually dropped the jar on the floor.
No, wow. The smell, yeah.
Oh, don't.
Probably still lingers now, I imagine,
Don't.
yeah.
Just it wasn't good.
You got some PTSD with that then? Just
Probably,
swimming
yeah.
it. Like,
Whoever goes to a chippy and buys a pickled egg.
Awful.
Have you ever seen anyone buy one?
On my stag do, I was made to eat one, and I was thinking it's just an egg, and I was gagging throughout the whole thing. Like, who is deciding to have one?
I
of these?
love eggs and I love pickled stuff, but together, no.
Why? Who
No,
invented that?
not a
It's
fan.
just dreadful.
It's a good point, actually. Who did actually think?
Who thought that's a good
That's
idea?
is it the Chinese? Because those fermented eggs they do, those 100-year eggs.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
something. Maybe.
That's been a bush tucker trial. That's
That's it.
those.
Oh, there's another subject I could.
Yeah, that's a good point.
No,
So-
back to the alcohol. No, it was. They said, look, give your liver a rest. 6 weeks. We'll do some tests. Then COVID happened,
Yeah.
and 6 weeks became 12 weeks. And I thought, you know what? I've cracked this. I don't miss it.
Fair enough.
I'm better off without it. And I just thought, right, that's it.
Oh wow, amazing.
No, fair play.
That's great.
I'm not gonna say never.
Yeah, sure. No, that's probably a healthy approach, isn't it? Because
But at the moment, no alcohol. It's
great.
fine.
Fair play. More for us tonight as well. So.
Yeah.
But I still like smelling it.
Yeah.
You can't beat the smell of great wine, though.
No.
Can you?
Yeah, it's
And rum.
And rum. And whiskey. And
Right,
gin.
let's-
Not so good on whiskey. Not so good on whiskey.
Well, when I was looking up, like, you know, your career and things you've done, it's crazy the amount of things in your working life that are connected to food. From the roles you played in Eastenders to, you know, I'm Celebrity, famous for Bush Tucker Trials, to being on Celebrity Masterchef, all these different. Like, is that by coincidence? Because I mean, you're a big
I like
foodie.
food.
You're a big foodie in your normal.
I say
real
yes to
life.
jobs that involve food.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, that makes perfect sense. Has that always been the case? Like, ever since you were a kid, you're big into it, or?
Well, no, I didn't get invited to go on any cookery programs
No,
when I was a kid. But I've always loved cooking. I mean, I think it goes back to my nan when I was little, because I used to. My mum was working, so I was literally at my nan's house all the time. So
Yeah,
I was
nice.
there when she was cooking or baking or whatever.
What were the staple like things that straight away just like the smell just takes you back to there?
I went through life not liking mince. Now, I'm not sure if it was my mother's fault or my nan's fault, but mince.
That old real boiled.
Oh, that's
mincy,
the one.
like, bland.
Yeah,
Throw a few peas in for
that was washed
Yeah.
after it was cooked. Yeah, that.
Grey.
Yeah.
Now,
Grey.
Yeah,
It is
grey.
grey, isn't it? It's not brown. It's
Yeah.
grey. Yeah.
Now, I remember my nan as being a fantastic cook, and then the other week talking to my uncle, he actually turned around and said, "What, my mum?" I went, "Yeah, Nan." He said she was awful. he said she was crap. I'm like, but I remember Nan being really good. He went, "Nah."
No.
He said you didn't learn from her.
Wow, amazing. Rose tinted
but-
glasses.
Yeah, I've remembered it differently. To me, she was an amazing cook, and that's from where it started. Her and my mum.
Would she encourage you getting involved as a kid then, like with whether it was baking? Would she get you to?
Yeah, but it was like any small job. Look, it was a Welsh grandmother.
Mhm.
I mean, I
yeah.
lived on her hip.
Yeah,
That's-
sure.
I was there, so whichever side it was, she had one arm, and I'd do whatever it was with the other arm.
Yeah. Are there any of those dishes like from that time that you inherited now and you go back to because it sort of reminds you of?
Well, my other uncle, who's unfortunately sadly died, me and him during lockdown, we were trying to recreate what I knew as her Barra Briff.
Oh, right, okay.
You know, the Welsh tea loaf.
Oh yes.
Yeah. I love.
Anyway,
tea
we were
loaf.
pinging bits and pieces backwards and forwards between us.
Yeah.
And I said, "Where did you get that recipe?"
Yeah.
And he sent it over to me. It was a newspaper cutting from the 80s. And I'm thinking,
Wow.
hang on, that Nan died in the 70s. I'm like, this isn't her recipe. He said, no, he said she never made it. And I'm thinking,
Wow. That's
Why have I got this memory of Barra Briff from when I was a kid? And I've got one uncle saying she couldn't cook, she was crap, and I've got the other one turning around and said she never made it. And it's
well.
like,
I'm putting it. She's brought that in and claimed it as her own. Right?
Yeah.
That's
Anyway.
what's going on.
And it
we
worked.
finally managed to recreate that version of Barra Briff, but it wasn't from his recipe. It was,
Oh, mate.
yeah, it was,
Did you bring back nostalgic memories eating it?
yeah, because
Yeah.
it's one of those things that I grew up on. That was my childhood.
Mm.
Nice.
But what I did when we were doing it, because we were doing it over lockdown and just exchange. I couldn't taste his, he couldn't taste mine, but we were just sort of comparing notes. And I started swapping out the ingredients because I suddenly thought, well, if she was making this, she wouldn't have had butter.
Yeah.
Right? She would have probably had lard.
Yeah,
Yeah.
margarine.
Right?
Yeah.
She wouldn't have had sugar. She'd have probably had black treacle.
Yeah.
And then the weirdest one of all, the one and only time I ever did any cooking with my dad, we were making little rock cakes. I was about 16,
Yeah.
and he put orange juice in the mixture. And I was looking at it thinking,
Really?
why has he done that?
Yeah.
And the only thing I could think of was it must have been something that he'd seen his
Yeah.
mother cook.
Yeah.
The crap cook that I now know. It must have been something Nan had done.
Yeah. Sure.
So I slung that into the Barra Briff, and it made all the difference.
Wow.
So yeah, it was
Well,
weird.
have you ever
Weird
made
times.
one of those?
I've never made one, not specifically, no.
I love them. Do you have them? Would you with butter on or
Barra Briff. Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
with
butter.
butter and
Yeah,
cheese?
you slice
Thick
you
wedge.
slice the
slice
butter.
like it's
Yeah.
cheese? Yeah.
Oh.
I mean, I do that with bread anyway. I
Yeah.
slice the butter like
Yeah.
it's cheese. I
Yeah,
mean,
sometimes it's like equal to the bread.
yeah.
Well, the thing is, you can't spread because butter was always when it was kept in the fridge. It was always too hard.
Oh,
Yeah.
so hard. Yeah.
So you couldn't spread it on the Barra Briff because it would have just.
Yeah. And that
disintegrated.
was a good way
Yeah.
for not feeling guilty for having too much butter. He's like, well, I can't spread it, so I'm gonna have to. I'm gonna have to lob it on
Slice
there.
it.
Yeah. Got
Well, the guy who makes our butter, Grant, like stunning butter, and he always like in the press and that, and so everyone recommends that you have it equal to the butter. So well, it's a good way of selling more, isn't it?
Oh, absolutely. Of course you'd
And you fell for that, didn't you?
Genius.
You're right. Yeah.
So, like a bit later in life, then, and you become an adult. Are you into cooking? Is that like just like a hobby, or is it?
No, I love cooking. I love food. I don't get as much time as I'd like because I've been on tour for the last 11 months.
yeah.
In the last month, this last month or so, I thought, great, finish the tour. I can start cooking again.
Yeah, sure.
No, I can't. I'm doing pub in the park and car fest. I
Yeah.
haven't had any time. I've turned up here. I've got my shopping bag.
Yeah, I know. So you came in.
And
with-
it's basically I've just grabbed a load of convenience stuff because by the time I finished
yeah, that life on the road, isn't it?
finished pub in the park at it was about 10 o'clock by the time we
Yeah.
stopped.
So what are you doing there? What's the?
I'm running the front of house for the Star.
Wow.
I remember you saying this stuff.
yeah.
Yeah.
No, I'm doing the front of house for them. So
Yeah.
I'm the one shouting at 2 pheasants, 1 taco. And then Eddie turned around and changed one of the dishes on the fly when we're down in Wimbledon because I don't know, maybe we ran out or something, and it suddenly became we then had a taco and nachos.
Wow.
And it was like taco nacho. No, not the taco, the nacho. Sorry, I said it wrong.
It's too close together. Yeah.
Yeah. And
Come
it
out with different
just-
names.
Yeah, it was good fun though.
Yeah.
It's good fun. We got Warwick tomorrow.
Yeah, tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
Night. Amazing.
Yeah. Busy one. Well, I'll
Hey.
see you there on Saturday.
Yeah, what
Yep.
you do? Are you cooking on
I'm
stage?
doing a demo.
Oh, I
Yeah,
love
I'm
that.
I had-
not
I had
doing
to
a
do it-
restaurant.
I had to do a demo at
Did you?
Wimbledon.
Oh, did you?
Well, Andrew
You
Perney
didn't do
runs
the
the
Welsh
Star.
loaf on that.
No.
Nah.
Andrew turned around and he said, I'm down for a demo at 2 o'clock. I went, oh, great. He said, yeah. He said, but I'm going at 1. All right. I'm thinking,
Does that work?
that don't work. He said, do you want to do it for me? I'm like, seriously? You're a Michelin-starred chef and you're asking me to go and do your barbecue demo? I went, yeah, all right then.
Oh, nice. What did you do?
Well, we turned it into Ready, Steady, Cook. So I basically raided the fridge,
Yeah.
which just grabbed loads of the stuff out of there that we were using on the dishes. Anna nicked his truffle because he left it in there.
Oh, nice.
So I
Yeah.
thought,
Just great. Whatever. At
Yeah.
the end, just great that.
yeah,
over,
we did. We whacked loads of it over it.
Yeah.
So me and Adam, the Shropshire lad, whatever his Instagram handle is for barbecuing stuff, we literally just did Ready, Steady, Cook. I've just turned up and went, there you go. No, I've got pheasant. I've got a taco. I've got some mayonnaise I've nicked from the truffle guys over there. I've got this. what are we going to make?
Oh wow, that is amazing.
And it was
Did it turn
it
out
was
right?
good. Yeah, it was lovely actually. It was good fun. It was very impromptu, and it was nothing like what Andrew was going to do. But, hey,
Good fun though, eh?
he left me to it, so you're going to get what you give him.
Yeah, fair play. One thing I've always, because like when you watch Celebrity Masterchef, all those sorts of shows, often one of
Cock that up.
no, you're annoyed.
Oh, don't.
I wasn't gonna pry.
Oh,
Clearly,
don't.
I've touched a nerve here.
Yeah, honestly, I was so pissed off.
Really?
What
Why?
happened?
Well, I didn't practice enough.
Yeah.
Right. I didn't time anything.
Right. Yeah.
Okay.
Right, because I just thought, oh yeah, I could do that in that time.
Not with the way they,
No.
pull you around.
Oh, jeez. And all of a sudden, with all the stuff I was trying to do, I just running out of time. And once you get behind, you can't catch up.
Did you
It's
feel
impossible.
nervous doing that show? Because
I did once I fell behind.
Yeah.
Up until that point, no, I loved it.
I often think watching it, you get a lot of people that are very used to being in and around cameras, but because it's out of their comfort zone, they've actually got to properly get their head and do it. Like it's quite a
Yeah, you
Then
must be.
suddenly they're like, oh,
the camera
Christ.
part must be easy, obviously, for you.
Yeah.
But then,
doing
throwing
that at
it
once, it's
cooking.
On the first cook in the kitchen, where we didn't know what we were going to do, that was hysterical. We just
Yeah,
we
just
all
having
had
fun.
a lot of fun because we were running around trying to find stuff. The second one, where it was a little bit more riding on it, for some reason on our second one, it was more time to find everything and make sure everything was in the right place.
Yeah.
By the time we got to the third one, the one when I got eliminated, it was all of a sudden a bit rushed, and I hadn't been able to set everything out and double check everything. Yeah, it probably cost me a couple of minutes.
Yeah, sure.
Not much, but
enough to
just enough to just
throw you off kilter a bit.
throw you off kilter. And then it's a case of you're walking around going, oh, where's the bowl? I mean, you waste 30 seconds trying to find a bowl.
Yeah, sure.
You'll waste 30 seconds trying to find a spider. And I mean, all these
That's up.
things.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden you're behind. You can't catch up.
No, sure.
I mean, then you start making mistakes.
And then suddenly it feels like
Then
a
it's
bit of a pit.
Bleh.
No, that's everyone. Even those episodes where it feels like the celebrities are just having a bit of fun with it. It then gets to the tasting, and suddenly it does go very serious. You're actually really hanging off that because you really want it to. Like, was that the most nerve-wracking part? Was actually them tasting it? And
Well, no, not when I made the curry and not when I did the pork, because I knew they were bang on.
fine, yeah.
But the other one, no, I knew that had gone wrong.
Didn't have to.
Yeah, I knew that had gone wrong.
But yeah, in all those shows, there's always like a round where they, the celebrities have to go off. They do it in the normal one as well. They go off and they have to feed a load of people at a plane. It's often casualty or it's whatever.
Well, we had Hendon Police Training College.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, what are those days like? Because it must be a really weird, like, because you've got loads of people. You're really out of your comfort zone. They're pushing you hard. Like, was it like a big day that?
You're kind of. We were steered in a kind of direction.
Ah, right.
Oh,
okay. Got you.
You are making your own decisions about what you're going to do, but I think the reason they're steering you in a certain direction is if it gets completely cocked up, there's
no episode.
There's a whole load of backup stuff so that the people can be fed.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I think
Because there's a risk on their part that the people don't get any food.
Yeah, because they're actually at work.
Yeah.
Actually,
So
it's not funny to them.
didn't bring a packed lunch
it's
in that
it's
day.
like when we were doing a rhubarb tart, I think it was, and whilst I was doing the chickens, all of a sudden these tart cases appeared. And I've looked over at Thomas and I'm thinking, well, no, you ain't cooked them. And he said, yeah, I just found them. I went,
Okay.
job done.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, left those.
Interesting. Fine.
So I think there is an element of steering you without you realising you're actually being steered.
Yeah,
Interesting.
so it's a very different dynamic with that show because you've got the professional ones where they are chefs. Well, some of them are. And you've got it's true, isn't it?
Claws away.
The amateur ones where they really want to be chefs, and I imagine a lot of the celebrities just aren't really interested. Some of them, like yourself, you love food and do a lot of cooking. Some of them probably don't really, do
They're
they?
there for the fun.
No, so that's a bigger risk. It's a totally different dynamic to
massively.
the other ones where people they really want to do it.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll be honest, I loved the mass catering day.
Yeah. That's good.
I actually really enjoyed it. And I mean, it took time doing the prep.
Yeah, sure.
Because we did, I think we had to do 45...
Yes, it's hours of
45 mains, 15 veggie options, or whatever it was. But anyway, I prepped up 60 chickens. I didn't do
big-
45.
yeah.
I did.
Big old day's work. It's probably more than you did today. Isn't it?
Yeah, I hardly did anything today. Yeah,
Well, I know he strolled in about half 7.
I was in earlier.
Yeah, all right.
I
Whatever.
did some TikTok.
Oh yeah, work.
Yeah,
work.
Marketing.
Marketing.
Went to the gym and then come back about it's about 7:30. Sat down, have had them, and then come up here.
Lovely, yeah.
Nice day.
Do you know where the kitchen is?
Since the refurb, it needs
I've
direction.
cooked in there twice properly on a section. Obviously, I'm here a lot, but I leave Laura to it. Give Laura a space to run it. But she's been off on 2 days, and I've cooked in there, and it's several years of knowing where, however shit that kitchen was, knowing exactly where everything was in the muscle memory.
Yeah.
So now it's just like so
It's
out of it.
just like
so
being in the
out of it.
Masterchef kitchen, not knowing where the bowl is.
I'm out of sync because I could just go in with my eyes closed and do it when I'd cover before. But now it's like I really have to think.
Yeah.
Like the cooking is easy, but I just don't know where everything is.
Yeah.
That's so weird in your own
It
restaurant.
is.
I can remember.
And you can't go down like being the boss.
No.
You can't go down.
That's it. I mean, not like you should pat yourself on the back, obviously. But like, I remember a couple of years ago when I met you, it was like staffing issues. This upstairs wasn't done yet.
No.
When you fast forward to now, you don't even cook twice since the refurb.
When you
like,
first come here, like if I wasn't here, we were closed.
Yeah,
It was
exactly.
Like
Yeah.
that, we were that exposed. I had a car crash and we had to close because there was no one to
Now
cook.
look
But
at
like the guys couldn't do it without me. But
it's nuts.
yeah, no.
Adam, I've got so many questions for you about food and stuff. But I one thing I really wanted to know is throughout the tenure of Eastenders, what changed with food in terms of on and off set? Because obviously during acting,
Budget.
there's
It's quite simple.
but with food, like in loads of shows, it used to be I don't know what it used to be, but how did they do it in scenes where there's food? Would you eat cold shit food? Would it be real?
No.
Would it be
No, it was
proper?
great.
Was it?
Yeah, I mean, back in the 80s, were you born? Yeah, you were just
82,
born.
I was born. Yeah.
Yeah, you were just born. Flipping hell.
I'm 40 this year. I'm 40 in 2 months.
Oh mate.
Yeah, all right, baby. No, back right at the start, the character of Pete would go and set up the market stall, and then he would come home for his breakfast, then he'd go back out to work. That was how it was. So there was a route. That was his routine.
Mm-hmm.
So if we were in the house and we had a scene that was supposedly first thing in the morning, it was always breakfast.
And it was actual full-on
actual
proper
breakfast for the props boys had cooked up, and it would sort of be you'd put your order in during rehearsals.
That is
lovely.
amazing.
Well,
You forget your lines because you're tucking in. You're like, what?
Yeah.
I don't know. Just get in.
Then you get another take.
Oh yeah. Sorry, can I get some more cereal here?
Yeah. No, it's fresh English.
Yeah.
Fresh bacon, please.
Right. Sid Owen was probably the master at eating. Right, he would eat during the
I
rehearsals.
remember watching
during
as a kid. He always seemed to have food in his mouth
Yeah.
in scenes. Now you say that, yeah.
Sid was
this
always eating it.
Mark?
Ricky.
Ricky.
Oh, it was Ricky. Sorry, I'm not. saying it as a
Sid's a
fan.
decent chef.
Yeah.
He had a restaurant in France.
Yeah,
Wow.
I heard that actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
bad.
Bloody hell. Amazing.
One of the best ones was little girl who played Lucy when she was 3-4 years old. She was usually really, really good on the lines, and sort of like you didn't have to prompt her; she just came out with them. In the scene, she'd been told to eat her breakfast, so I think it was Cocoa Pops.
Yeah.
Right, she's shoveling them in, and it was her turn to speak. She didn't speak. So do another take, and it was she sort of finished her mouth, and she was, "You're right, yeah, I'm fine." And she, okay, do another take, shoveling them in. Nothing. Cut. You okay? Yeah. And she kept doing this, and it was in the end. I went up and Casey, what is it? Because you're not normally like this, darling. Normally you're really, really good on your lines. She went, Mummy told me I can't speak with my mouth full.
Oh, bless her. That is adorable.
No way, that's wicked.
That is so good.
So because she'd been told had to eat, she was shoveling it in, and then when it came to her line, she just
Wow,
That's
bless
brilliant.
her.
I know.
Committed
That
to
is
the
so
rules,
good.
yeah.
Even with all the cameras and everything on, it's
Yeah.
like mum told me.
Yeah.
That's
No,
so
bless
sweet.
her. She was only little then.
Yeah.
So is that not the case now, or did it change through
Oh
the
no,
years?
we must have changed several. There's been several Lucy's.
Oh
since.
no, I
Yeah.
know that. I meant the food on set and stuff. Is it always?
Yeah, that kind
normal
of
food?
died out. We used to have for many years we had a food tech guy there.
Wow.
Who was responsible for doing all the food on set. So if there was sort of like a wedding, he did literally all the wedding buffet and everything.
And it would be proper
unreal.
stuff, yeah.
Well,
Most of it.
It looked. It looked good. We were regularly told, don't eat it.
Yeah. So is there anything that you should have to avoid?
Most of it.
Anything on the
thing
map.
is, it used to go out. It'd be on the set from 8 o'clock in the morning.
Of course,
Under the lights.
Yeah.
All day.
Yeah,
Yeah.
good point. Good point.
If you ate any of it,
Yeah, you're done for.
Yeah,
Ugh.
good point.
yeah, it wasn't worth it. But what that guy could do with a cucumber, you wouldn't believe.
Wow.
Oh, yeah?
Okay.
No. Decoratively.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Yes.
Sorry,
Yeah.
got ya.
Sorry.
He wasn't good at
My
hiding
chef
it.
mind then going rogue.
Filth.
What about offset then? So, like, obviously, big cast, big crew, every day.
I've got in so much trouble over the years for slagging off the food. at
Have
work.
you? Oh,
Yeah.
well, we don't have to talk about it.
No,
but I was
there
just
was-
Well, you've already
intrigued.
said it once.
No,
so may as well, yeah.
there was one year. I've still got the photo still on my phone, right? And we were filming Bradley's funeral. There was snow on the ground. It was a bad filming day, and we're all in these sort of trailers and stuff in the cemetery, not in the church. We're just out there. Snow on the ground. The caterers were having problems. The gas had frozen, so they were struggling. And I remember going and getting Babs and I think it was Pam's. It might have been June. It was two of our grand dames.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I went and got their dinner, and it was like, oh no, we'll just have just the meat. Just bring us something back. Well, literally all there was this stew. Now, when I left school, I was a butcher for 3 months. I didn't recognise that. any form of meat other than gruel. Right? No. It was vile. Anyway, I stuck a picture on Twitter at the time because there'd been an article in one of the newspapers saying the pampered stars at the BBC. Right? And I literally took a photo of it on the paper plate with the snow on the ground, going, pampered.
Fair fucking play.
Right.
That's great.
Yeah. Inside 3 hours, I was called up to see the boss.
Oh,
were you?
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah.
Big kickback.
It was like, if this isn't the right platform to sort of question the programmes sort of like looking after and it was like, I said, but the food was shit. I said, he said, I can see that, but he said, don't put it on Twitter.
It must be frustrating. Someone who I don't hold back on Twitter, like it must be frustrating to have people say you're pampered when you know you're not. Like I can understand where that comes from.
Definitely.
To be like, no.
But then
look, you're not having a go at the cooks there. You're having a go at the people that are like calling you pampered or spoiled.
Because I then went into detail with him about sort of, okay, well, how much are you paying them for the food? Anyway, he said, oh, we're paying them a good amount. We're giving them this. And I said, well, hang on a minute. I said, if they've got to make a profit, I said, you can halve that. You can halve that. Yeah. I said, you're asking them to give us a breakfast, a snack, a lunch, and a snack. I think it was effectively for about £2.70.
Christ. That's nothing.
And you wonder why the food's shit.
Wow. Yeah, absolutely. So what would a typical, I don't know if you can summarise that, but what is a typical day's food for if you're on set all day? Like what would be normal?
That's just location. The rest of the time you fend for yourself. You're not provided with food.
So in normal Studio Albert Square there's not like
no,
I assume
there used to be a canteen.
Yeah. Right. But you fend for yourself now.
Everybody used to go out to the high street or have a microwave in the room.
I always assumed.
Or hang on, Mr. McFadden with an electric wok in his dressing room.
No way. An electric wok? He was doing stir fries at lunchtime.
He used to do stir fries in his room.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
That's class.
You see, only from watching extras, I expect the caravan they're on, or the
almost like a mini food festival.
Like Ricky Gervais going up and grabbing everything.
Oh, it's just a dog air.
No, if you go back to the 80s, right. If you got a location day, it was like yes, because location catering was always the thing. I mean, it was like this massive feast. I mean, when I was a kid, I was.
Like a school trip.
I think it was.
Novelty of it.
I think I was about 14, 15. We were filming down in Hampshire on... Oh no, it might have been Baker Street Boys actually. It might have been that job because I got nicknamed Hollow Legs because I just ate everything.
Really? Wow. Fair play.
It was like you'd see the sort of like the three main choices. You'd see sort of like the desserts. I'd have the lot.
Yeah. Well, not paying for it. Like,
No,
get
just
it in.
fill your boots. And then there was a buffet salad as well.
Oh, wow.
With all the sort of cold cuts and the cheeses and fruit. And
what a
I'm
dream.
surprised I managed to get anything done in the afternoon.
Amazing. What about one of the last connections to food I saw was sort of, well, in a roundabout way, I'm a Celebrity, because it's famous for its eating challenges.
God. Well, the eating challenge, I didn't get to do one, really.
You know, you had the smoothie.
That was easy.
Yeah, was it? What was in that
the
one?
smoothie? What
It was a minced cow's anus.
yeah, easy.
Because they were
Well, I
like...
suppose being minced and that, it's easier. You can just be like, it's minced.
Yeah, but
it's
they-
minced. It's
but
not
they-
bomb
No,
oil.
it actually tasted like mince.
Oh, I thought you were going to say bomb
Yeah,
oil.
but they were probably like, we know Adam
Hang on a
hates
minute.
mince. He had childhood
Would
experience.
I know what a bumhole tastes
You
like?
can imagine, like, guess.
It looked bright. It was like bright pink though, wasn't it? It was not.
That was colouring.
Was
Of
it?
course it is.
Yeah,
They
it's not going to go that colour, is it? Really?
Like, they're not going to
Think
give
about
you anything that can harm you, apart from the fact that Simon was ill after he ate the
Oh, was
the
he?
eyes. Yeah, he was.
Oh god.
And I was also ill after we had the underripe pudding fruit, which I went and googled afterwards as to why it sort of it tasted like we were licking battery acid.
Yeah. What was it?
Well, underripe pudding fruit's actually used in the Far East as a fish poison.
Oh god.
Oh, right, okay.
That's
So yeah,
horrendous.
so that
Nice.
that was good. That was a good one.
Cheers for
Yeah,
that.
we got away with that one.
Yeah, it did. What was the overall experience like for you?
Oh, it's brilliant.
Was it?
If anyone's ever in a position where to get that, I've told all my friends,
Really?
if you get offered it,
Take it, yeah.
just say yes.
Oh,
What
that's
was
nice.
it? Was it the camaraderie and that? Or
Just the whole thing.
Yeah.
The actual not being near a phone or
Yeah.
a computer
It's
Yeah,
a
or
it's
bit
anything like that,
liberating. Yeah.
with nothing else to think about
Yeah.
other than
Did you feel like
I've
you?
got to put another log on the fire.
Yeah. Actually, that sounds
It's-
quite nice.
It was. I loved it. I
Were
absolutely
you
loved it.
able to forget about the cameras then for a bit as well during those days?
Well, apart from when they sneezed,
no.
right? Because you could hear the ghosts in the wall.
Yeah. That's weird. Yeah.
And sometimes you could hear them rustling crisp packets. You're like, "Come on, fellas!"
Oh,
please.
that's hard.
Yeah.
That's mean.
Yeah.
That's mean.
You just smell a hot chocolate coming from.
Oh.
Oh no.
No, you honestly, you could hear flasks being opened. You could hear crisp packets,
Yeah.
and it's
Because it was Wales you were in, wasn't
Yeah,
it?
it was a Welsh one.
in winter. Was it cold? Like, because I know you're in like that castle and stuff. It must
don't
have been.
feel the cold,
Ah, right, okay.
so
lucky bastard.
I was fine. I lent most of my clothing to all the people who were sat there shivering like this, and I'm thinking, really.
I think, especially, I mean, the first one as well, but both of the ones that they've done in Wales felt like there was so much more because it was in the UK and it was a result of COVID. There was a lot more of a togetherness between the contestants.
Yeah.
Was there a sense of that, like everyone in it together and just
Everyone got on really well.
Yeah,
I mean, literally, our WhatsApp group's still going.
Is it?
Oh, it's not.
I just said WhatsApp group.
Yeah, which
Yeah.
is quite
Is
surprising.
it called that? Is it called?
What's it called?
No, it's called Sexy Badgers. Yeah. It's called Sexy Badgers.
That's
Yeah.
great. That is so good.
Si named that one. I can't believe I'm doing another bloody job with him. I'm doing Queen for the Night, which is 6 of us sort of have to be drag acts for an evening.
Wow.
Right. And
Oh, cool.
when I signed up for it, I've obviously got no idea who the other people are. Yep.
Simon.
One of them's Gregson.
Oh, that's
So I
good.
literally phoned him up and said, well, what's going on?
Follow me around.
He said, what, you seriously think I'd say no to this?
He's doing Pub at the Park tomorrow, isn't he? He's doing.
Oh, Si, he better not. No, I know he's not because he's in Switzerland.
Oh, okay.
So otherwise, yeah, it wouldn't surprise me.
What was the? Was there like a meal after I'm a Celeb? Because even though maybe they ham a bit of it up for the cameras, but you're not eating loads throughout the day, and it's not adventurous stuff. So was there like a big like blowout meal after you got out?
I found the food in there. I really enjoyed it. I mean, I didn't get to do an eating challenge, but every time they sort of the food that we won, and they were sort of the rest of them were worried about what they were eating because they were like, oh no, I don't like whelks. I'm like, well, that's the result.
Amazing.
David cooked the best octopus. Some of the
Yeah,
best octopus
yeah.
I've ever had.
Oh, lovely.
Wow.
He did a fantastic job on that.
Uh-huh.
I missed out on the squirrel because that was before I got there.
There's not much meat on a squirrel. Anyway. Yeah.
But there was nothing there that made me go, oh no, I'm not touching that. It was like
some of their reactions to very normal food, or in my mind, normal food, was like, oh, it was like, wow.
I was like,
well, you've seen the Australian one, right?
Yeah,
this is better.
Yeah, exactly.
So no, the food was.
Yeah, so it didn't feel like much of an event coming out and having a big blowout meal.
No, because so many of them were saying, I'm not going to eat that.
Yeah.
It meant there was more for me.
It was stuffed. The only guy to come out of I'm a Celebrity. Like, I lost a stone. I lost a stone because I put weight on before I was going in there deliberately.
Oh, okay.
And yeah, then that came off, and it's subsequently gone back on because I haven't been on my bike lately. But when I came out, because I came out with Matty, we came out at the same time. Everybody else was going back to the hotel on their own, but we went back together. And I think he had a burger. I had fish and chips.
Oh, great!
But we also ordered starters, puddings.
We just got to go.
I would have gone
cash
mental.
it. Should we do boiling point?
Yeah, we can talk
Boiling
about
point's always a
boiling
good one.
points.
So boiling point is the part of the podcast where we learn of extreme moments of going mental on each other, whether that's in the kitchen or on set or anywhere else in their lives. Who wants to go first?
I think you'll have to because I've got to think of something.
Yeah.
Okay. So do you remember that it doesn't seem to be that much of a fashion anymore, but I think it came from prison, but you'll know, like people fucking wearing their jeans like really low.
Oh yeah.
I fucking hate
with the boxers showing.
Hate it. I always hated that.
Yeah.
And one thing I hate as well, if blokes crack is showing from their arse.
Build his bone.
Yeah, like it's fine if you're bent over and under a table and stuff. It naturally can ride down a bit.
It's still not all right.
But it's more forgivable. But if you're stood up straight and your crack's showing, there's a fucking issue, and I don't like it, especially if you've got a hairy ass, right? So we started a game called Crack Monster, and if your crack was showing, you were fair game to have something poured down there.
Yeah.
Like,
wow.
Yeah. So
anything.
Well, yeah. Like, so it would just be like water or something. And it's your crack showing. I don't want to see it. It's a fucking kitchen. But and then it become this game. But you had to shout Crack Monster when you did it.
Oh Christ! Just before you pour, is that like?
No, because you don't give them a chance to
don't give them
move.
a chance. Don't give them a moment.
Down the back. And then there was one. So my old sous chef at Tottenham Mill. Like I didn't have anything on. I walked past him, and it was like a blackberry puree or something. Down the back, and he was fuming. But then we had a wedding and that, and he just sort of kind of forgot about it. Went home later, had these white boxer shorts on, and he was getting undressed in front of his missus, and she was, "What has happened to your?" She thought all his ass had been bleeding, and he was like, "What?" I was like, "Oh no, that was Chef."
Oh God, mate!
And then it was going so bad. And there's one lad who worked for me, and it was all the time, and it was really hairy, and I was like, get about. And like chefs do this thing, I don't know if you've ever seen it, heard of it, cling film belt, because like chefs always forget to wear fucking belts, and there was a baggy trousers, so you just load of cling film, you make it into a massive piece of string, put it through all the things, tie it up, cling film belt.
It's like a farmer with Beale cord.
Yeah, it just you adapt, don't you? Yeah,
that is brilliant.
So like,
that looks so
I
skanky.
said to this lad, I won't say his name, I was like, put fucking cling film belt. I'm fed up with it. And I'd seen it a few times that day, and then this is quite bad, right? But you know, I don't regret it. It was coming back, but I just
this is absolutely awful, but it's fine.
I sit still. He was on pastry. I was making a cup of tea, and I walked past, and I was still stirring a cup of tea, and I was like,
"Oh mate,
from the teaspoon."
That is so bad. That is so.
It was only like half a teaspoon of hot tea, just enough to
of
make
hot
him
boiling
jump.
tea.
Yeah. Well, it come off the boil. It'd been brewing for 2 minutes. Always a standard 2-minute brew.
It's only
So
70
it's about
degrees.
80, 78 degrees. Yeah, just a little spoon, just a little shot at. Didn't see his crack again for a long time. Crack
lesson
monster.
there, mate.
Great game.
It feels like one of those games that can't be played in 2022.
Yeah, we don't play it here. Never have. We didn't play it at Mallory. It stopped pretty much after that then.
After
I
the
thought
tea.
tea might be a bit fun.
Oh, mate.
Yeah.
The world has changed.
Yeah. You know, I'd never put boiling water on anyone. It was hot and it made him, ooh.
Didn't that happen not so long ago at another restaurant?
Yeah, that was something really bad.
Yeah, wasn't it boiling butter?
I can't remember what
there's
it
been a
was,
few
but the
little
chef
stories
put
like that.
a photo on social media of him at hospital and all his skin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, he was like done something wrong, like thrown something. I can't remember the details off my head, so I don't want to misspeak. But
No, I remember those
something-
photos going
it was
viral
something
though.
bad. Yeah,
awful.
something very bad.
Kitchens, man. They've changed for the better. I think.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Yeah.
There's still a road cowboy out there though.
No, I think they had to because I never believe in the stick. I always think of the carrot's a better way of getting anybody to do anything. It's better than...
Oh God, yeah, definitely. Yeah.
What about you, Adam? Have you got?
I'm just trying to. I've never slung hot tea down Stephen McFadden's house.
Why not?
Because he ripped me head off. We used to get our call sheets on a Friday, right? Eventually it changed to a Thursday, but call sheets come out on the Friday, and basically that decided what your life was like for the rest of the week.
Yeah. So just where you had to be in at what time,
Yeah.
what scenes.
Actually,
that sort of
it wasn't even on the Friday. This was so far back. It was when we got the call sheet after the Monday's producer run. So we'd find out on like the Tuesday, sort of what we were doing for the. No, it must have been the Monday because we'd have done the producers and tech run. So I must have found out on the Monday what the order was, and basically I'd ended up being first scene of the day on the Wednesday, and then my next scene was last scene of the day Thursday.
Right.
Which was like pretty much the shittest call you could get.
It's like finding out school timetable and realise
Yeah.
you got double science on Wednesday. Like,
No, it was worse than that.
worse
Yeah,
than
it was worse than that.
fair.
It was like literally I was
Double RE.
in the first scene, nothing to do till the end of the day. In the first scene, nothing to do at the end of the day.
Yeah.
On Wednesday and Thursday. And I've had a go at the AFM back then, and I've since learned don't shoot the messenger.
Yeah,
right?
sure. Yeah.
But it took me a few years to learn it. Anyway, I did. I've had a go at this AFM over the crack call sheet, and it's a. I've got nothing to do with this day. Blah blah blah, and they're all none of them valid reasons. Anyway, I made this AFM cry. I didn't realise at the time, but evidently I'd upset her. I'd made her cry.
Oh no.
She dined out on that story for years.
Oh, I bet she did. Yeah.
When she became my boss.
Oh, wow.
No way! Did she?
Yeah, she ended
She
up.
held that against you.
No, she didn't. No, she didn't hold it against me.
Oh,
Which is
it's just-
fortunate. No, she now works in the States. But yeah, that was Jane Tranter who became head of the BBC.
That's incredible.
Yeah, that was.
So anytime you bump into each other, she'd bring it up.
She always remind me.
Wow,
every
that's
time.
amazing.
But the moral of that story is, the arse you kick on the way up, here's the arse you kiss on the way down.
Yes, yeah, it's so
That's-
true, isn't it?
Yeah, but it was. Yeah, I shouldn't have done it.
No.
But I was at the time. I was way too young, and it was completely irrational. And
Yeah, we live and learn, don't
Yeah.
we?
Is that the classic thing? Like you just mellow out a bit more as you get older. You learn from these little things. Is it a bit of a cliche? But
I'm
it's
getting
true?
old and 40. Yeah, nearly.
Jesus. I think I've got spices in the cupboard. Over there.
Can spices in the cupboard go out of date?
Well, no. So you know, there's two different things.
I've got
right?
to tell you this.
Go on.
My accountant, bless him, I've been with him for years. His wife tragically died a few years ago, but Bernie's not the best in the kitchen at all. And I was around his house, and I've spotted all the Schwartz rack on the
Classic.
wall.
Yeah. Little orange
I've just sort of glanced, gone, Christ, they're faded. Right, and I started sort of pulling them out.
Yeah.
Some of the jars were so old they didn't even have best befores or used by.
Best before's got out of date.
Yeah, I think the lowest one I found dated, I think, was about 1982. It might have been one in the 70s.
Whoa.
Right, and there was one I think that was 7 pence
Fucking hell.
for the jar.
7 pence.
Would you
still
shake
there?
it and
Well,
nothing would move? Was it like...
No. And he actually turned around and said, "Oh no, they're still fine." He said, "I use them sometimes." And I'm like, "They're going to taste like cardboard."
Yeah, that's the thing. They're never going to harm.
Yeah, they're not going to harm you, are they? They're just going to not taste of
But there are
anything.
so many people. I get this question probably more than anything from people of like, "Oh, can I eat that? It's going to kill me." But people don't understand there's a use by and a best before.
Yeah,
The use by, you have to use it. You know, you push it a little bit, depending on what it is, but that's going to make you ill. Best before, it's just going to be shit. It's not going to be good quality. It's going to lose
Can have
its
it
flavour.
a year later if you want. but
Yeah.
it's not gonna be nice.
Yeah. Yeah, but so many people ask me that all the time. Well, can I use this tin? Like, yeah, it's going to be fine.
It's tinned.
Yeah, it's tin. They've opened, I'm sure, like a few years ago, I remember they opened some tin from the Second World War and it was still fine, the contents and stuff.
Wow.
You have to put a best before on it by law.
Yeah.
But yeah, your
'Cause I've
spices are just going to all taste the same.
I've always been cynical that supermarkets put it on there to make you go back and buy more of the thing. But I could be way off. But my cynical brain is thinking, are they trying to get me to go back?
I know they've
Have to
stopped
put
trying to
one
put it
on
on.
stuff.
They've stopped putting it on vegetables and fruit now.
Yeah, because that's
Or they're trying
ridiculous.
to. Yeah.
Because I'll have like veg from Sainsbury's in the fridge, and I'll open them and be like, "Fucking hell, it's a week out of date, and it's perfect."
Week.
Yeah.
Some of that stuff you can definitely go past a month.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Easily,
you can. But
Especially
like,
like potatoes, onions, and stuff in the bottom of the fridge. They're not months.
yeah, I'm growing new ones.
Yeah.
No, but people will shit themselves. They'll take a carrot and be like, "Oh, that's 2 days out of date. I can't eat it."
It's a fucking
But
carrot.
it's fucking carrot, and it looks fine.
Peel it
Like,
back a bit. Guess what?
What's wrong with just sort of like slicing off the bad bits?
Exactly.
Yeah. But even some of these don't even have bad bits, and they're out of date. So yeah, they need to change that because it puts the fear in people.
Just what we've said before about that distance between where it's come from and the supermarket shelves.
Yeah.
It's just a lesson
Right,
in
hang on,
that, isn't it? Like,
You'll buy a piece of meat from the supermarket and it will say expires on the 10th. Well, okay, how long can you age meat for?
Yeah, fucking ages of 90 plus days, like in the right environment.
the
Yeah.
right environment,
Yeah.
sure.
And that's another thing people don't understand is what is high risk. Like I might have even spoke about this before on the pod, but like high risk, people think, oh, raw chicken's high risk. That's low risk.
Is it?
Yeah.
I would have assumed it was high risk.
tell you what,
High
I'll tell you
risk
what
is
isn't
something
good.
that you're not
Tuna.
gonna. What's that?
Tuna.
Tuna.
God, I was ill on that last year.
Oh,
Yeah,
A
that
tuna
was bad.
steak, was it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I spoke to Daniel about it afterwards.
Yeah.
And he said to me, he said, I think you went into anaphylactic shock.
Oh fucking nice.
Because literally it was coming out of
Where
both
did you have
ends.
that? What can you say?
Hey.
I got it from a fishmonger's up north.
Yeah.
I know precisely where.
Yeah.
We'll be vague.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Somewhere up north.
Somewhere up north. And yeah, I just don't think it'd been stored at the right temperature.
Okay. So yeah, basically the simple rule to follow is something's high risk is it's not going to have any further process. So coleslaw is high risk because you're not going to cook it.
Yeah,
so
sure.
out of date coleslaw is worse than out of date raw chicken because you're going to cook that raw chicken.
Yeah, good
and you're going to cook it through and you're going to kill the bacteria. I'm not recommending anyone does that.
Sure, but it's lower risk.
Yeah, because you're applying heat to it. Coleslaw. So you like coleslaw at a wedding, if it's sat there 2 hours on the buffet, it's mayonnaise.
Yeah.
You know, it's going to be breeding.
Yeah.
Anything you
the
apply
word
heat to.
breeding in that context just is
And
doesn't
just
sit
think
right. It
awful,
does
doesn't
not
it?
sit right.
The other thing, wedding buffet, small children, hands.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got small children. See where their hands go.
Oh, okay. This has led me to another one. So, I've got a load of chicken in a marinade,
Yeah.
right? And I've got a barbecue.
Okay.
I'm whacking the chicken on. It's raw in there,
Yeah.
in the big bowl of marinade.
Yeah.
I'm then basting the chicken on the barbecue with the marinade that is still on the raw chicken here.
Well, it depends what stage you're basting that. If you're
Right.
basting just before it's cooked, then that's a bit
No,
dodge,
so how long? Because that I can see how I don't do that, but I've seen people do it, and I'm thinking,
Yeah,
how
people are
long
doing it
ago are
wrong.
you basting before the?
Yeah, I mean, it's a
would have
judgment
said
call.
I would have said they shouldn't.
They shouldn't.
They
do
shouldn't
that.
know. You can put them on, give it a good basting, and there's no need, say, like 50% through cooking. There's no need to baste again.
Yeah.
Fucking
You've
no
done
need.
it. It's sealed.
But even if you do a little bit, it's on the exterior. It's going to get intense heat on it.
Yeah.
So if you're doing it near the end, the last 25% of cooking, don't fucking do it. You just don't need to. Even rice is really high risk, but raw rice isn't. Cooked rice is.
Yeah, I've had that reheated and gone. Bleh.
Exactly. Reheating rice. You can only apply heat to rice twice.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. So
No,
like, if you ever have like takeaway,
Yeah.
I would always
Never,
recommend
ever.
reheat the curry. Don't reheat the rice because
Okay.
that's already
have it
that's
cold.
already been cooked, reheated to send out, and then you're reheating it again. The rice I'd leave.
It's almost like it's got too good a PR rice because it looks so innocent and
Yeah,
it feels
I'll tell
hardy.
you-
it feels
no,
like you
look-
could do
look
anything.
where
You
it,
could
look
do
where it
whatever.
grows.
You don't want
Paddy fields.
You
It grows
don't-
in moisture.
Yeah.
You don't want rice food poisoning.
No,
It is
I
horrible.
can't remember the name of the bacteria in it, but it's a dodgy little fucker. Yeah.
I've,
Dodgy little fuck.
I've had that one as well years ago, and that wiped me out for 2 days.
Christ.
I had E. coli back in
you
2005.
told this story
That
the
was
other week.
fucking savage.
Yeah. That was just for a thing was it with Glenn?
We spoke about it on the Glenn
Yeah,
podcast. Yeah. Oh, it's awful. I was in the hospital for like 10 days. Yeah, it's horrible.
I'm lucky enough to have never had it.
Pooping blood. It wasn't nice.
Oh, that's not good.
Yeah. Well, it's never good. That is.
No. How did we get onto this subject?
I don't know. I'll ask you a sensible question.
Hang on a minute. You've been pooping blood. You've had a game called Bum Crack.
Crack monster.
Crack. Yeah, whatever it was. Yeah, that was it.
Come on, that's a little bit more endearing.
Yeah.
Oh,
Ages 7 and up.
Adam, there's so many stories. How long have you got?
Adam, I'll ask you a sensible question. What are your favourite things to like cook at home? Because obviously you're mad into it. Like, what are you? Do you have?
Not tuna anymore.
Just tuna mayo out of 10.
Yeah. Oh, no.
Do you have go-tos? Like you're just like you're solid. You know it's a bit. You know, you've got people coming over.
It just changes all the time. And the
Does it,
thing is, I'm living in a motorhome.
So you just like
I've seen you travelling about everywhere.
Yeah, that's incredible.
No, so it's although I've got all my toys, it's not
Yeah.
often that I'll actually do any cooking now because
That must be so liberating as well, though, to just be.
it's brilliant.
Yeah, just.
I
On
mean,
the road all the
yesterday I
time.
was in just outside London.
Mhm.
Today, obviously, I'm in Stratford.
Yeah.
Tomorrow, I'm in Warwick.
Wow,
Um,
amazing.
I just move house
Yeah.
on a weekly basis.
It's great, especially this time of year when the weather's nice and you can get out.
I didn't even mind it during the winter.
Yeah,
It was. I mean, last year was.
Doesn't
the
feel the cold,
winter.
Adam. Doesn't
No,
feel
of
the cold,
course,
remember?
Well, I won't feel the cold in that thing. It's brilliant.
It's
got
better than a
heating.
castle in Wales, isn't it?
Well, yeah, but that's why I was all right. Yeah. No, it's not like when I was caravanning with my nan in the
No,
70s,
sure,
where it was
I
a bucket
suppose.
and chuck it.
Yeah.
And this it's got a decent toilet. It's got a shower. I've got a rainhead shower in there.
Oh, wow.
It's
I ain't got one of them at home.
exactly. It's brilliant. The bed's comfy. I've got a nice big telly. I've got me broadband. Yeah, I'm quite happy.
That sounds incredible. Sounds better than my house.
Yeah.
I've had to get a standalone oven because the one they've put in there, because it's a German motorhome.
Mm-hmm.
Germans don't like cooking inside; they like cooking outside.
Sure.
So the grill's about the size of a laptop. So I got one of those Heston standalone ovens. Because I looked at it and thought, that's handy. This goes down to 50 degrees. I can dehydrate in it. I can do this in it.
Wow.
Yeah,
Fancy shit in there.
I'm the only person dehydrated at the moment.
Yeah.
But I've got 2 barbecues, that standalone oven,
Yeah.
the water bath,
Fucking
pressure cooker,
Wow.
slow cooker, blowtorch.
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
yeah.
It's all the gear. No
You
idea.
could do a pop up. Just do like get a little stand outside and do a pop up wherever you are.
But what's the rules of where you park it? Like I know you can go into complexes and things, but can you ever just park on the street overnight? Is that like allowed?
Well, you can do if you can park there.
Yeah.
If you're allowed to
If
park
it's
there,
small space.
a lot of the car parks you can't because the council turns around and says no overnight parking.
Yeah.
Which is basically to stop people turning up in motorhomes and caravans.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, because I believe there is an element of the community that can sometimes take advantage of
Yes.
places like that. Sure. You find bits of the country that you've never ever seen and you would never ever see.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
And
yeah.
then potentially places to eat as well. Like I mean, I imagine you've been to loads of really cool places, but have you discovered new like
it was really bad going on tour for 11 months. I mean, the play was called Looking Good Dead, and then we also had a hashtag Looking Good Fed. I found some. Well,
Did
a
you?
lot of the places I already knew.
Yeah, sure. Was that,
I suppose you can title with eating in the restaurants you know and like
There was a few. I didn't make it into Sat Baines. I was hoping to get in there, but it just didn't fit with when our shows were on and when he was open.
Oh, okay.
So I couldn't get in there.
Because that was because you did Stratford, didn't you? That was when you were going to come here before. Is that right? Did you do Stratford at some point?
No, when I was going to come here before was when we were in Birmingham, I think.
Oh, okay.
I was going to try and tie it in with that and it didn't work. And then I was coming here because I was going to go and see Aaron and Lucy when they were in the Henry place.
Oh, okay.
The Rebellion and War of the Roses.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, look, I've got here eventually. It's only taken me how many years?
yeah. 5 years, 3 months.
Yeah. Not really counting.
Where are your favourite places to eat in the UK or have been where it just
Right, I'm going to say it wrong because
Sorry, someone's still
Before tonight. Before tonight.
Right, well, kitchen table's always been
I love kitchen
a
tables.
massive
Ace.
favourite.
Yeah, James is great.
Yeah.
I went in the early days.
A long time ago.
I used to go to hot dogs for the hot
Yeah,
dogs
for
a
the
lot.
bubble dogs. Bubble dogs was brilliant.
Yeah, and I went before they
Those
had,
little
before they had the
little
first
tater
one.
tots they used to do. They were great, weren't they?
Yes. And they even did, and I like hate cheese, right? But they did cheese whiz sauce, and it's that American tin cheese sauce. It's basically like burger cheese sauce.
Yeah,
so it's not
like
even
orange,
cheese.
yeah.
That was amazing when it was tater tots.
Yeah, oh, that was good.
And they had it. They got that. James told me they had to import it from America. It was really hard to get through because of all the fucking shit that's in it.
Yeah.
With this cheese whiz, yeah. Cheese
No,
ace, it's like crack.
that place, I think he's brilliant.
He's so switched on with his ingredients and like his flavor.
and all the foraging and everything. It's no like that one. Kitchen table, big favourite.
Excellent. Any others?
Right, is it Yinnishire or is it Anishire?
I think it's Innisea. Yeah.
We had Nathan Davies on last week's podcast.
Yeah.
And he was head chef there for a couple of years, and saying crazy how they went from like basically no guests all week and a few on a Saturday to then a few articles and a few bits of publicity, and then it just blew up, and all the shit. It was a chef's chef place, wasn't it? As well, like people.
That place is. Have you been?
Yeah, I went. I know Gareth really well. He's a great guy.
Yeah. What?
It's stunning.
Yeah.
It's
cool.
It's
middle of
so
nowhere as well,
unique,
isn't it?
But no,
There's
you
nothing
can't.
like
You
it.
can't call Mahunleth the middle of nowhere.
No.
Right? Shaliatawine is the middle of nowhere. Mahunleth is. No, I used to live in the area. So
right.
okay.
Cool.
I was talking to him. I was trying to work out if I'd actually been there in the 80s.
Because
it used to be like
Relais Chateau country house.
Yeah.
Maybe because it was one of those like proper old school country houses, and Gareth's just gone left field and just done his thing.
Yeah.
There's no other restaurant like it in the UK. It's so unique.
Yeah, very unique. Yeah.
It is just brilliant.
Yeah.
And I'm
Bold cooking. Yeah.
I'll be surprised if he doesn't get 3 stars.
Yeah.
I
I think it's one of them that, like, for 3 stars, like, obviously none of us know what they're looking for, but you have to have something so unique and special to stand out, which is what it is.
Yeah,
you know?
if you're saying there's nothing like it in the UK, then it's got
just in every way, and just I mean, I love it. I admire anyone who takes a risk, and he fucking did. Like,
and there's got to be innovation there as well. There's got to be stuff people aren't doing.
Innovation, standard, that uniqueness.
That little McDonald's
pure destination.
Not McDonald's. That little burger.
Oh yeah, the little Wagyu burger.
Yeah, the one bite Wagyu burger.
Yeah,
Jesus.
Yeah, proper like not. It's an easy thing as a good chef to go into a nice property like that and just continue doing the kind of thing that they do and elevate it a bit and tweak it and just 1 star maybe 2. But he just literally ripped up the rule book. And there's been a lot of people try and copy him or move on from him and copy and stuff, but it's what he did. Even with like. The darkness and the loud music.
The decor's brilliant.
Yeah,
I've got
Iron Maiden playing like the kitchen music's the restaurant music.
Wow,
it's all as one now.
Wow,
I've got to say though, your playlist pretty damn good.
I can't take credit for that. Jack switched on with that. Loves his bands and that.
Right.
Yeah,
I did not expect to come out and hear In the City and Strange Town. Right? Just did not expect
it's great,
it. And David Watts. And David Watts was playing as well.
Yeah.
Wow, Jack does know his stuff.
Yeah, Jack
didn't realise that.
He knows a lot about his music and indie music and stuff. He's of that Britpop generation.
I've just realised you weren't even born when those Jam songs came out.
No,
probably not.
No, you weren't.
Si's younger than me. Yeah.
Believe it or not.
God, I feel old. So, John, we actually realised last week's pub in the park. I'm the elder statesman of the team. I'm the oldest one in there.
That's tough.
Didn't feel good.
That's tough.
Nah.
Oh, what a sad note to almost end the podcast.
Yeah.
Before
hang on. We've only done 2 restaurants.
You got more.
More?
Carry on with the restaurant.
Do you seriously think I can't mention Daniel Clifford?
Oh yeah.
He'd kill me.
Yeah. His food's shit, but he would kill me if I didn't mention it.
No, what I've got to say about Dan, because obviously we were doing a tour, we were doing Looking Good Fed, and we were having a great time. And when we were going to Cambridge, and I'd said to the rest of the cast, I said, look, we've got to go to my mate's restaurant. I said, but I said, I've got to do a deal with him. I said, because there's no way on earth we can pay his price. Yeah. So anyway, I spoke to Dan, and he said, look, it'd be fine. He said, whenever something like this comes up. He said, you can have the private dining room. He said, no, I'll just do a soup and a roast dinner. I went, brilliant.
Yeah.
That'd be great.
I know Daniel. Daniel would get you up there. He wouldn't do a soup and a roast dinner.
No, he didn't do a soup and a roast dinner.
No, I called that. Like, yeah, he just can't.
No.
He can't.
So, we've had all the amuse-bouches. We've had all the canapes. Soup has turned up. It's got the duck ham in it. It's got his crispy egg in
nice.
it.
Yeah.
Right. It's, do you know what I mean? Nobody opened a tin and poured it out. It wasn't a soup like this.
Or nobody blended some veg.
Yeah. Right. None of the cast expected to get that as their soup. Then the roast chickens come out, right?
And it's fucking Soigné roast chicken. It's not roast chicken dinner.
No, it was.
I wasn't even there, and I know.
Right. It had been brined for 18 hours. It had been slow cooked in the green egg. There was like so much process had gone into this roast dinner.
What a treat!
Oh, it was brilliant. And then he turned and said, "No, it's all right. It's on me."
Yeah.
Wow,
Right,
what
and
a
that was
legend!
For all the
he's a good bloke.
and
He's a
several.
good bloke.
Oh, and you know he says he doesn't cater for vegans.
Yeah. Oh, does he? Yeah.
Yeah. Well, he fed ours. Yeah, he fed
No
one.
way.
He fed one vegan.
Wow.
You're gonna have to remind him of that next time.
He's softer than me. Yes.
Yeah, yeah. He fed Harry, and they even tried to recreate which has just gone off the menu this week. The coconut dessert,
Yeah.
which is brilliant.
Yeah.
They tried to recreate it for him as a vegan, but didn't work. It failed.
Fair enough. Can't win them all.
Yeah. So yeah, I've got to mention Dan just purely for that because it was just so generous. It was ridiculous.
Fair play. We're a big fan of his. He was great when he came on
he's
here
great
as well,
on the
wasn't he?
pod, and he's a good guy.
That's my favourite one.
Yeah.
When he's talking about that great British menu.
Yeah, he's such a good guy. Okay, before we head off, let's any cooking hacks or myths to dispel. So, any little tips for people out there cooking that you can give them a hand with in the kitchen, or any myths to dispel? Any little things you've
Right, I've got a question for you. Right, because I've been reading up on this week because I was trying to temper chocolate using the microwave.
Yeah. Okay.
Right, which is possible.
Yeah.
But it's next to impossible if your probe broke.
Very, very. Yeah.
So I had to get a new probe just so I can try it again.
Expert chocolatiers can.
Yeah.
I couldn't. I need.
No,
a probe.
Paul Young could.
Yeah.
Because he would just look at its consistency and just know because he's clever bollocks like that.
What's the temperature we're aiming for?
I
varies.
can't remember.
It varies.
It's like, is it high
between-
20s, then mid 30s? It's up, then down.
Yeah.
I'd have to look it up to it. It's been that long, but yeah. I mean, something I'd do it with a probe. Do it great, but I need a probe.
Yeah, I want to. Can I do it, or will it be easier to do it using the water bath?
For
Because
me,
you can control the temperature more.
For me, I know chocolatiers sometimes use microwaves and they're good for it. I wouldn't personally because I feel it's just I like to be in control. So for me, I'd rather have it on a low water bath, a low bain-marie, and probing it and know exactly where it is. It's more consistent because microwaves spot spots of heat, so it might not be quite right, or it'll quickly go up. It's a good and well recognised technique, especially for mountain chocolate. Microwave's great for mountain chocolate.
Yeah.
You can put them on low, but tempering, I just wouldn't. I like
So still the old school method of pan, boiling water, glass bowl on top.
Well,
of
not boiling, under boiling.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's the thing. I can't do that in the motorhome.
Yeah.
Because I just haven't got the space, and then I can't spread the chocolate out to. It's difficult for me to cool it. This is why I was thinking, can I do it in the water bath? Transfer it.
Oh, in a water bath. Oh, okay. I was thinking of the classic bain-marie, not water bath. There would be a way. I wouldn't know off my head. I'm not an expert.
Well, all I'm thinking is
here.
it would be easier to take the chocolate to a precise temperature.
Yeah.
And
then take you a bit longer, but you should be able to do it. Take it to that temperature. Take
Then
it up,
drop it.
then back down.
Yeah.
And then you can manipulate it and get it out.
Maybe I should
Yeah,
ask
you
Paul
can do
Young
it.
this question, not you.
Yeah, it's better than me.
Tell you what, Google it, mate. Because
Ask a chocolatier. So I can do it, but I'm not an expert. Yeah.
Any other hacks or myths you
tiny little one. I was thinking of the other day. Like we often, obviously, this being called salt and that, and everyone knows the importance of salt. And like for anyone that doesn't realise, it's like in our cooking, I use very, very little pepper. Salt enhances seasoning, pepper adds seasoning. But one thing that doesn't get mentioned a lot is like acid for seasoning. Like acid is such a great seasoner. Lemon juice in so many different things, just that little squeeze. Even if it's a fucking lamb sauce, little squeeze of lemon juice.
Really?
You're never going to taste it and be like, well, that's a lovely bit of lemon.
No.
But it's just going to lift it. Acid's so important.
Wow.
Nearly as important as salt. Nearly.
Wow, I didn't
Glenn
know.
Pennell puts that in his mash.
Yeah.
Puts lemon juice in mash.
It's just that little squeeze.
Really?
It's something that was drummed into. I never understood until I went to Le Manoir, and like Gary Jones would drum it into you, and it's like we always had in every section a squeezy bottle of lemon juice. Like you'd have it on your mise en place. It was fucking in everything.
Wow.
Every sort. More acid.
And it's all, do you generally, is it go to lemon juice? Not
No,
limes
we
or
use,
vinegar?
We
or...
use all sorts, different sorts of vinegars, depending on the dish. Lamb sauce, I tend to, in mise en we'll make and we'll finish with sherry vinegar. But sometimes, depending on the dish, I'll give it Monty butter, squeeze of lemon sometimes. Yeah, but acid's so important.
Yeah.
One
that's
of
a
my
good
favourite
one.
books, that is Salt, Fat, Acid, Heat.
Salt, fat, acid, great book. Yeah. Yeah.
That's, you've outdone yourself there. I feel like you've saved the best till last, I reckon.
Oh, right,
End of
it's
the
only a wee
series.
one, isn't
No,
it?
it's
Yeah.
fucking great.
That. I've got to mention before we go as well. I've told her she's going to be fucking mortified. I'm going to embarrass Laura.
Go on.
My
Laura,
head
is
chef.
it your head chef?
My head chef Laura. She is the biggest EastEnders fan and geek ever. You met Laura tonight properly, didn't you? But there was one time you were delivering gin to us, and you came in, or branded up or whatever, and you came through the restaurant. I don't know if you remember. It's a couple of tables here and stuff, and nobody recognised you or knew who you were. You come up. We were chatting at the pass. I don't know if you remember. And she come into the kitchen. She went, so do you know a couple of weeks ago you popped in to say hi. I brought you through the restaurant to show you the refurb and the kitchen and stuff, and like I saw she wasn't in the kitchen and brought you up to the Pats knowing that she'd come down in a moment, and we was just stood there chatting. She walked in and just went Mastermind. She was on Mastermind. Her subject would be EastEnders. She knows your address on Albert Square. Not your real address. She hasn't been through your bins. Okay, don't worry. Yeah, she knows 45. Is that right? Yeah. She told me today. I was like,
that is
like, and we have. I don't know her real name. Tanya.
Oh, Joe.
Joe.
Joe doesn't.
Joe Jordan. She comes here a lot.
Yeah, she's like live far away.
Because she did the Shakespeare Halfway thing around here. She came up to Chef's Table recently. She's lovely, and that's her favourite character as well. Sorry, you're second, I think.
Take some of you, son.
Like you shouldn't see her, bless her. Like, so I have to embarrass her and just say she's like, she was mega excited tonight.
Oh, excellent.
The other thing I haven't plugged a bloody food truck we're doing at
go on then.
Carfest.
Go on,
tell
quick.
us,
Tell us.
No, we just spoke about everything else.
No, I know, but that's fine. That's the glory of the
no
podcast.
time limit.
There's no time limit. Tell us what's going on.
Do you know Eddie Kilty, who used to work for Andrew Penn?
I don't know. I know Andrew, but I don't know his chefs.
No, I'm ending up doing a food truck with him at Carfest.
As you do.
Yeah, like you do.
Wow.
Literally it just came about out of talking to Chris Evans' PA.
Yeah.
And he said, do you know any chefs who can do vegan? I went, I think every chef can do vegan if they had to.
Yeah.
And I said, why? He said, we can't find any vegan food trucks. I went, okay. let me make a call. I was like, Ed, can you do vegan? He went, yeah, of course I can do vegan. I said, want to do a food truck? What? Yeah, and we literally, from that tiny conversation, we're doing a food truck at Carfest.
Vegan food truck?
Vegan.
So when's
vegan.
that?
We're doing vegan. End of July and end of August.
So what vegan food are you doing?
Korean cauliflower barbecue nugget thingies with hot sauce.
Yeah, that sounds good. That sounds great.
tasty.
Yeah, that one works well. There's a corn dog. There's something celeriac, and I think there's a chocolate pot. I think.
Oh, great.
Okay.
They all sound great.
Nice,
Yeah. Oh, nice.
With-
When is
with-
Carfest? When is
It's the Carfest North's end of July, whatever that last weekend is, and Carfest South is, I think, about the similar time end of August, about the 24th.
Oh, perfect.
But,
Yeah, great. Well, anyone listening, please head out and say hello to Adam.
Yeah. And you'll find me at most of the pub in the parks as well. Yeah. The son found it a real surprise.
Turned into a touring chef. This is incredible.
More than me.
Oh,
That's a good point, actually. I will have done more pub in the parks than you.
Yeah, I've only been to one. This was my second.
Well, it's going to be my third, and I've got 3 more.
veteran.
Yeah, but
Veteran of the
my
pub in the
second
park
ever. I've
scene.
only ever done Warwick. Yeah.
More demand. Right, amazing. Thanks again to Guzborns for providing us with tonight's Nightcap. You can visit their website now. It's guzborn.com. Find out more, place your order. Wherever you are, however you're listening, thanks so much for downloading. And Adam, thanks so much for coming on and doing this with us and just having a casual chat. It's been so nice.
Yeah, it's been good fun.
Well, it's taken how many years?
I'm saying a while.
It happened.
I mean, literally, I said about coming and doing this. I think it was the first series.
Yeah, it might
I
have been.
texted you about when we were just coming up with the idea, me, Si, talking about the idea and what we were going to do. And I think I send you one of the original ones? And you listened to it.
Was the first one with Aaron?
No, the first one was with Callum Franklin.
Yeah, Callum. Aaron was series 1 though.
He was
Aaron Mullis,
series 1,
he was last episode. He was.
But yeah, that was when we spoke about it. We started recording in 2018, didn't we?
Christ, 4 years
Is
ago.
that how far back it is?
Yeah,
When we
mental.
started recording. Yeah, before everyone started doing podcasts in lockdown, like we were.
He's a podcaster and TikToker now. Chef second. So.
Yeah.
Can you teach me how to do TikTok? Oh, I'm shit.
Trust me, he will. He was giving me tips earlier. It was incredible.
I don't dance, right? I don't dance.
Oh.
I cook.
Yeah, I've got a dancing platform heels.
Oh yeah, I cannot wait for this. This is gonna be televised, right?
Yeah, it's. I don't know when it goes out, but yeah,
great.
fully dragged up.
Any
heels.
idea what your drag name will be yet?
No, we're still sorting that out. The most important thing is we've got to work out what the act is because we've got to rehearse it Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday
I
next week.
think you should put it out on Twitter for people to vote for your name. You remember like Boaty McBoatface?
Yeah.
Like,
No,
what
I'll
your
be dragging.
name
I'll
should
be Draggy
It'll be-
McDragface. Yeah, no.
It'll be Ian McBeal face.
It would
That's
be,
what
yeah.
everyone would vote him for.
Yeah.
No. There is a metric for your drag name.
Oh, is there?
Yeah,
Go on,
yeah.
then.
It's,
Is it a bit like your dog's?
Yeah.
Your nan's dog's and your neighbour's surname or
It's-
something.
what is it?
Yeah.
It's the last sweet thing you ate and your grandma's first name.
I don't know my grandma's.
What? Which way round?
Gene,
Whichever way
actually,
works
yeah.
better. Gene.
Well,
What's the
I've got
last
I've got a
sweet thing
choice of Flo,
Yeah, okay. What was the last
Or
sweet thing? So
Rose.
what was the last sweet thing you had downstairs?
lemon and thyme ice cream. Was it? What's the ice cream in that last course? Was it lemon and
Wild
thyme?
rice.
Wild rice.
Yeah.
Flo Wild Rice. That is a great one. That's really good.
No, but the thing is, she didn't like being called Flo, so she was also called Pat. So it'd be Pat fried rice.
So
God, please go out on stage as Pat Fried Rice.
I'd be Gene Double Decker.
That's so good. That is
like that.
so good.
I like it. It's a nice ring to it.
Mine would be Cookie Winifred.
Cookie is a stripper's name, 100%.
Yeah. They're good.
Winifred
They're good.
Cookie.
Hello.
Yes.
Numbers on the back. Amazing. Right. Well, honestly, thank you so much for coming. We've been humbled to have you here, Adam. It's been what a note to end on.
I'm gonna show you the footage of me walking in the hot.
Oh yeah, we'll do that next.
Yeah, when that camera's not working.
Excellent. Well, let's have a quick cheers to sign off. Thanks so much for coming on, Adam.
That was a bit heavy.
Yeah,
Cheers,
really
guys.
appreciate it.